Today, good evening to all the participants and the attendants of today's session on the context of that how to score 90% and above in CBSE Social Science examination. Now here we are discussing about one of the basic subjects, core subjects of social science that is included in your CBSE curriculum. Already date sheet has been released. You know that there are on 15th March, you have the social science exam and today is 8th February. So when we are discussing about the syllabus, we have to see that social science is already a vast subject. It comprised of 4 books: history, geography, civics, and economics. If you see the volume of syllabus, in history, there are 5 lessons, geography 7, economics, there are 4 lessons, and democratic politics 5 lessons. So it's very much acceptable that amount of facts, views, pictures, dates and events and sources are enough. So you have very less time now, 34 days for social science. You have to plan in such a way that every day 2 and 2.5 hours you are using for learning social science. It's mentioned that section wise, I hope you can see this PPT. PPT is visible, Ishan? Ishan, PPT is visible? So when you're talking about the content of material that you have to make, revise and practice subsection wise. Now, there are very less amount of days are there. So 8 hours every day sleeping period. Later on, start with the subjects of history, geography, civics, and economics. Make the timetable in such a way that you continue in the subsection that you are learning in a timetable that you have prepared. 10 minutes to be used for math. If you're talking about the amount of writing in social science, you already know the type of paper is history 20 marks, geography 20 marks, civics 20 marks, and economics 20 marks. Out of these 20 marks, you must have seen in the sample paper or the teacher has already given you that there are 2 marks from history will come as map work, 3 marks from the geography. When you're talking about 2 marks in history, that one will be confirmed from the Congress session. The Congress session of 1920 September will be Kolkata, that is the Calcutta sessions. December session 1920 will be the Nagpur, and 1927 will be the Madras. Do not write Chennai, please write the Madras. So 3 sessions, 3 points from the International INC, International India National Congress sessions. Then we are coming to the 6 areas. It might be Dandi March. It might be non-cooperation movement called off. It might be the other areas like Chauri Chaura, Dandi March, Champaran movement, Ahmedabad. These all will come under these 6. So 3 plus Congress session plus 6 different areas, total 9. Out of 9 areas, 2 areas will come. If you look at the geography is labeling and identifications will come. In geography, lesson number 1, map work will come for only identifying the soil. Varieties of soil may be marked, but you have to identify it and write the areas. Lesson number 3 will come only 8 multipurpose river projects. You have to identify and labeling that. Lesson number 4, major crops, the regions which are the major producer of rice, wheat, tea, coffee, cotton, etc. will come. If you know all the states, I don't think you will have any troubles to mark those areas. Lesson number 5, from the iron ore mines, coal mines, oil fields. Iron ore mines 5 areas, coal mines 4 areas, oil fields 6, and thermal power 3 areas, nuclear power stations 4 areas will come. Out of lesson number 6, software park, there will be 8 regions where you are supposed to mark. Generally, these are the all capitals of the states, like Gandhinagar. We are finding Bangalore. These are. Now, in the lesson number 7, there will be 10 seaports and 8 airports will be there. Seaports 10 and the airports will be the 6. This is the volume of map work. So if you practice everyday map for 10 to 15 minutes, I don't think there will be any trouble. So map, you are confirming that you are getting full marks, 2 marks from the history and the 3 marks from the geography. So total 5 marks is in your grip. We are supposed to discuss very clearly about how to make perfection in writing as well. So question number 37, A and B, the how to do the map, we have discussed. Now, when you're talking about the days for practicing, you have to start studying in the morning. Difficult one like history, unifications and others, please see that you will start learning from the morning itself, so that as in the morning your mind is fresh, quickly you can grasp the subject. It will be helpful for you. Now come to the next point. When you're talking about after learning history, one subsection, there are 5 subsections, there are 6 subsections. In some, there are 4 subsections as well for the history lessons. Please write the answers in proper sequence. It will be beneficial for the examiner also, as well as for you also to get the marks. In history, if you go through, there will be 2 out of 20 marks from the history. There will be 2 marks for map work. There will be 1 2-marker question, 1 3-marker question, 1 4-marker, and 1 5. 4-marker is the case study. So we'll discuss case study. You have to read the case study very minutely. Generally, we are finding in the CBSE sample paper as well, they are giving 3 marks from the paragraph itself, but 1 mark outside from the paragraph. That 1 mark outside the paragraph, you have to get the answers from the lesson itself. For example, if it has been asked about the challenges of the political parties, so you're writing the challenges, but in between it may be asked, how does the political parties get huge amount of support from the others? So you have to get these answers from the lesson itself. Or it may be asked, what is opposition party? What is the role of opposition party may come? So 1 marker questions will be out of the paragraph and 3 marks will be from the paragraph itself. So out of history, 20 marks, it's clear. 2 marks is map work, 1 2-marker, 1 3-marker, 1 4-marker, 1 5-marker. And you are supposed to get the answers in such a way you do not have to make any mistakes. So learning part and writing is very important, which is helpful for getting full marks. Now, how you're answering the 2 marks? 2-marker question, please do not write only 2 sentences. Write the brief summary of that content. For example, if it is asked that what is accordion book, already you have learned in print culture first subsection, it's mentioned how the accordion book works. So please see that in the accordion books, you are writing the full answers. In the 3-marker, do not write only 3 lines, write the content more than 3 lines. So the external examiner will be forced to give you full marks because you are giving the full answers. For 5-marker questions as well, introduction point and the concluding paragraph must be written so that it gives a clear picture of your understanding to the examiner. So in history, 2-marker, 3-marker, 5-marker I have discussed, map already clearly mentioned. You're also making the paragraph to read properly and out of the paragraph, 1 marks will not be in the paragraph that you have to write by your own. I hope up to history, these lessons are clear. Now, when you're coming to geography, in the geography sections also, there are 7 lessons. In the geography, please see that map work, processing of any minerals, how the minerals are excavated, tidal energy from the lesson number 5, minerals, from the roadways, or that is a communication last lesson, where you will write the answers for the NHAI is responsible for maintaining that golden quadrilateral, all those things, write in such a sequence that you understand it and you are writing in proper sequence. It's very important to get the answers in such a way so that your examiner will not be able to reduce 0.5 marks as well. So in order to get each subsection's full marks, is mandatory to read and practice the writing work. Now, when you are talking about geography, from geography, if you go through the paper style in the sample paper, 3 marks comes from the map, then 2 marker 1 question, 3 marker 1 question, 4 marker 1, and 5 marker 1. So total 20 marks will come. If you're coming back to the economics, in economics, there are 4 lessons, but in economics, there are only 1 2 marker, 3 marker will be asked 2, and 5 marker 1, and 1 marker objective will be 7. So generally we are finding in economics, more MCQ questions are up. So when you're talking about MCQ, you will find MCQ questions are easy to score, easy to lose marks as well. So MCQ questions, please see that you are learning and reading the textbook is must. If you're coming to the next slide, what is mentioned, that 4 books, so time management is very important. Some students get very good response in when they are writing in the small chunks. So that is a mention I have mentioned for MCQ questions. Read them properly to understand and then respond. Do not respond immediately. Try to find out the best possible answer and then take it. Because some choices, I hope you can see, some choices may seem to be nearly same. Read them quietly and in small chunks, which will be very helpful for you to get it. Generally, in the exam hall, you are getting reading time. During that reading time, please read them properly to get the answers. MCQ questions are very important to get good marks. And generally, we are finding the children who are getting 90% above, we are unable to cut these marks. When you're writing MCQ, there is a suggestions that MCQ questions answering, there should be 1 line gap in between the sentences. Why? Because it will be easier for the examiner to check and write the options along with full sentence. Do not write question number 4A, 5C, 8D. Write the full A along with the options, because options writing is very important. And when you are writing, please check you are writing A options or B options along with the B's response and A's response. Do not mix and match, because if you may write A option A and write the C's options, examiner will not give you the marks. So for MCQ questions, please focus and see that you are scoring well. When you are writing 3 marker and 5 marker, please underline with pencil the main points. Underlining main points will help the examiner to find out that what you want to express. And already I told, for 2 marker, do not write only 2 sentences, write the whole content that you know. For 3 marker and 5 marker also, 3 marker especially, 4 points or 5 points you will give, so that examiner will not be able to reduce your marks. For 5 marker, make an introduction paragraph and the concluding paragraph. That will be more helpful to get very good marks. Now, when we are talking about the map work, please mark with pencil, because marking with pencil will be helpful for you. And it's mandatory that map work should be done with pencil itself. If you have been asked that Software Park, Gandhinagar, or the this major crops regions, you make a small index in the map itself. So when you're making the index, it shows that you know how to make map pointing, because it's also a skill. So map pointing skill is very important. So when you are making the map work, do it neatly. And already I told you have 34 days left. On 15 March, you have the exam. So these 34 days is your hard work to be showed in order to reflect very good results. Mind maps is important for making the sequence of events for unifications of Italy, Germany, or United Kingdom, Great Britain, or the processing that is we have learned in industries. Please see that you are writing in through mind maps, which will help for you to retain at present as well as to write in proper sequence. So when the one revolt occurs, it encourages another revolt. In this way, you will write in such way that it will be scoring for you. Now, when you're talking about democratic politics, the policies of the government or the constitution, the sentence that has been mentioned, please say that you do not make any changes in the policies, because it has been set up by the Constituent Assembly. So you are not supposed to change anything. For example, secularism, the points that are mentioned, even while writing the answers about communalism, do not give emphasis to any one particular religion, because India is a secular country. We have 8 major religious groups are there. We have to keep in harmony, and answers should be written in such a way that you are presenting the vision in a broader manner. So, point you will write about communalism, about the secular state in such a way that it reflects your broader vision, not narrow vision. I hope my concept is clear. For writing democratic polity, because it is very important, and sometimes government or the CBSE ask tricky questions. So you are also intelligent enough to write the answer in such a way that your answers gives a broader version of your understanding of society and culture of India. So you respect everyone. Your answers should be very good. And then these days, I know it's very difficult, but your target is 90%. So you have to give minimum 2.5 hours to 3 hours for studying and practicing writing work for social science. These days, please avoid food from outside, fast food or those things. Do not involve yourself in any types of destructive activities. The things that disturb you, like mobile and other, I'm not going to give you the list, but you have well aware that which distracts you. So keep these 34 days dedicated for your career, because these days will, if you work hard, automatically it will be shown on your report card. Take enough rest. I told you 8 hours every day you have to take rest. Before going to the bed, this is very important, all of you, please listen. Before going to the bed and before sitting for preparation, sit silently. Try to revise the content that learned during that day or previous. So these points are very important in order to make you understand that these days, whatever you are inputting or doing for your career, definitely brain will help you to register and bring it back when the question paper comes. You will find most of the questions have been asked in the half-yearly exam, midterm 1, midterm 2, weekly test 1, 2, 3, and pre-board. The questions that we are giving in the class, as well as subsection-wise, paragraph-wise questions that we have given, You'll find most of the questions have been repeated in the board paper as well, because this is a common trend in DPS Bhopal. We are training the students in such a way that they are capable of answering any questions, because sample papers of different publishers, if you go through, you will not find a question which we have not done in the class. So targeting 90%, I do not think will be a challenge for you if these days dedicated for social science. So these two slides for you to make you understand before exam. So before exam, you have to work a lot in order to score well. 3 marker, 5 marker, 4 marker, and 2 marker. I have given you the guidance how to write and how to underline those points in order to highlight. 1 marker question MCQ for all the sections. For example, for history 4, geography 3, civics 6, and economics 7 questions. Total 20 questions will come, that will be comprised of MCQ, fill in the blanks. Options will be given for matching. It will also come for assertion reason, correct the following sentence, choose the correct options. All varieties that have come in your paper will be there also. Read them properly. I have also made a slide in order to make you understand that how much time you will use for each subsections. There will be already you have given the pre-board paper and midterm 2 paper. You know that there will be 6 subsections are there. So up till now, we have discussed about how to prepare. Preparation is very important in these 34 days so that you can crack the exam day very well. I hope all of you know the preparation makes you to win in the any kinds of challenges you face. Now let us come to the day before exam. You have on 13th, I have checked the timetable. On 13th, there is a skill subject that is AI, CA, and IT. That will be only 2 hours. 12:30, the exam gets over. You are reaching home by 1 or 1:15. Take enough rest. At 4 o'clock, wake up, take food, and start learning. So I have written during prep leave, start with the books or topics revised previously. So you have already revised these 34 days. Now you are ready for just revision of the lessons. Start with the difficult topic the same evening. So when you are returning home on 13th, 4 o'clock onwards, you are starting with the topic that seems to be difficult for you. So difficult topic the same evening and revise it in the next morning soon after the breakfast. So time slot I have given in order to make you understand that it's very important to revise twice the things. Take a gap. I'm talking about 14th. Take a gap and start with easier one, which already done, and make a small changes in the schedule to complete the revision twice before exam. So 13th, when you're returning back, you're taking rest. At 4 o'clock, you're sitting. You start learning till you feel tired. Then you will go for sleep. So next morning, when you woke up after 8 hours sleep, I'm giving emphasis on 8 hours because you need comfortable rest during this time. So in the morning, when you wake up, please start with the difficult one again so that by 10 o'clock, you're comfortable. You develop the confidence. So after that, you start with the easier one, then difficult one. In this way, before exam, you must complete your preparation. Now, on the day of exam, on 15th, take food, check only map work. On that day, 15th, you are not going to open anything. You are already learned everything during these 34 days, as well as you are well prepared with map. So only just check the map work. That is the comprised of 5 marks only. Remain calm. You have already learned. So brain has registered everything. So be calm. Reach the exam center on time. You will get the question paper for reading time also. Read the questions minutely. Sit quietly and read them. First, start with the sections of your choice and complete the answers in proper sequence. Many students, they prefer to start with 5 marker. That is a subsection which has huge amount of write-ups, because they think that if they start with the 5 marker, it will be helpful for them to retain. So subsection 5 means it is the D section. Many children start with subsection D, then they go to the C, then they go to the F. In this way, they change the subsection. But whenever you are doing the subsections, you please see that complete subsection answers you are writing. For example, under subsection D, there will be question number 30, 31, 32, 33. These are all 5 marker. So in 5 marker, there will be every choices are there. So see that you are choosing the best possible answers that you know and you are writing. And already these days you have learned, so I do not think there will be any doubts you will have. The total time is 3 hours, 180 minutes. I hope you can see. I have made a tables in order to make easier that how you can score better for time management. During exam, subsection A, it consists of 20 MCQs, which is assertion, reason, matching, complete the following, correct the sentence, or fill in the blanks. Write the options and full sentence of that particular options. Spend 30 minutes here. Here only you are spending 30 minutes. Subsection B, there are only 4 questions of 2 marker. So 8 marks. Use only or spend 15 minutes to complete them. Okay. When you're coming to subsection C, there are 3 markers, 5 questions are there. Spend 40 minutes for these sections. So here again, I'm telling for 3 marker, do not only write 3 sentences. See into it, you are writing the complete sentence along with underlining the main points. When we are coming to subsection D, already I told it's a 5 marker. Please see that there are choices are there. You have to write only 4 answers out of 8. Please listen carefully. 4 answers out of 8, because question 30 has also option, 31, 32, 33. All 4 questions have options. So you have 8 questions. So take 45 minutes to complete 5 marker. Subsection E, under case study, there are 3 paragraphs. Read them properly and answer accordingly. What does it mention? 3 answers. 3 paragraphs. 3 marks will be from the paragraph itself. 1 mark will be out of the paragraph. That example I have given. So please see that you read it properly and complete it by 25 minutes. So here you are writing 9 questions, 1 plus 1 plus 2 in each subsections. It might come as fill in the blanks or all 3 questions. This will be completed by 25 minutes, which will help you to recheck as well. Now, when you're coming for subsection 5, it is 5 marker. Many students do the map in the beginning because they think that will be helpful for them to score well. Because map they have seen in the early morning before the exams day, before coming to the exam hall, sorry. So 3 marker for geography and 5 marks for history, 2 marks from history, total 5 marks. So 5 minutes is enough, more than enough, I can tell, because these days every day you're practicing map for getting full marks. Now this is the compiled slides where I have written the total time taken. Subsection A, MCQ, 30 minutes. Subsection B, only 4 questions, 15 minutes. Subsection C, 5 questions, you are using 40 minutes. Subsection D, 4 questions, 45 minutes. Subsection E, 3 case studies using 25 minutes. And subsection 5 is, F is only 5 map work, so 5 minutes. Total 160 minutes. Now you have 20 minutes for rechecking. When you are writing, you are already reading that, and at this moment, you are only doing the rechecking the paper. So when you're rechecking the paper, see it minutely, that there should be least amount of changes, but still also question wise you will check. For example, in all subsections, A, 20 questions you will check in one go, B also, C, D, E, F, everything you will check twice in order to get confirmation that you have not missed out anything. Sometimes while checking, children found instead of writing one answer, they have copied the two. See that you should write not both the options. The option that you choose, the best one will write. We are finding some students write two options and they found that one answer is smaller one, another bigger one. Examiner only will check the first one, will not check the second options. So please make it confirm that you are checking the correct answers, options, and write it systematically. So if you go through this before exam, this 34 days preparation, day of exam, during exam, the time slot allowed, I hope it will be beneficial for you also to prepare yourself to get 90% and above marks in the subject. Now, when we are talking about the day of exam also, this is very good points to discuss, that develop confidence. You know that you have learned a lot and you have to go through the process of life, many assessment, because now you're worried about 10th, within 2 years, 12th board, then college, university, your jobs. So it's mentioned this is the beginning of students' assessment, followed by a series of major and minor assessment in your career. So see that you are working, giving your best so that you score well. Do your best with your dedication and sincerity. On the day of exam, see that your already 34 days hard work is actually allowing you to pass the exam with flower colors. So you are getting very good marks because already you have given your 100% for your preparation. Preparation period is very important in order to score well, because when you get the papers, you already know these answers are already learned. I hope you have seen Prime Minister's Pariksha Pe Charcha on 27. It was broadcast. It has been clearly mentioned that students are supposed to work with their ethics. They should not go for any wrong practices during exams. Have your confidence, faith on yourself. That is very important, that you can do it. That give you the courage to start practice and give a very good exam and get the best possible results that you have. This is your first exam. So give your best and see that your practice of the papers is very fruitful and brings you happiness in the end. So I'm opening this for asking you any questions if you have. The students, those who are present, or the participants, those who have, I have made the slide before exam, during exam, and the exam guidelines. Anybody has any doubts, please unmute yourself and get back to me. I hope my guidance for getting that how to score well 90% and above by writing practice, regular map practice, as well as making small notes on the sources, views, timeline, and the practicing mind maps will be helpful for you to get very good result. Any students, any participants, if you have any doubts, please unmute yourself to have a conversation. I'm giving 5 minutes for opening the platform for discussion. Every day's dedicated time, 8 hours sleeping is mandatory. Then 2.5 hours for each subject you have to give. See that you are doing your best. When you start working, things will change. Have positive affirmation every day in the morning and going to the bed. It will be beneficial for your brain to register that yes, you have learned, and brain will definitely get you back to on the exam hall. You will see answers will come from your retention. Have given these 34 days dedicated for your career. Give your best, because this is the time as a student to show your future and make your parents happy. So if you do not have any questions, so best of luck to all of you. All the best. School is waiting for getting best result from all of you. Start working, because at some point of time as a student's life, even as a worker in any, if you want to flourish, you have to give hard work, dedication, sincerity to the organization, to yourself, and to the country, because country is depends on your contribution. So all the best to all the participants and the attendees. Thanks a lot. I'm closing this so that if you do not have any questions, I can close it. Otherwise, I'm waiting for 5 minutes. Any questions, any doubts? Underlining the sentences, making the map index, reading the questions, and giving the best possible answer will definitely help you out. Please go through the time management that already I have shared. How much time you'll spend for each subsection is very important to make the best time for writing and rechecking the paper. I'm sure all of you will follow this and will be able to get very good marks. I'm waiting for anybody's queries. If you have any queries, please